Activision Blizzard games are still going to remain multi-platform. Xbox failed us. I don't know how to take this news. I feel like I should probably just sell my Xbox right now because Xbox doesn't care about exclusives. No. I'm not losing any sleep over it. I've been saying this since the day that, like, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. So, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and this is the Activision, Blizzard, whatever, Microsoft coming out today, basically saying that they are going to leave those games multi-platform. So, when they say those games, I don't know if they're just talking about Call of Duty or if it's every single thing that comes in that package, but hey, you know what, man? We get them day one on Game Pass. That right there is amazing. So it doesn't matter. 2 months ago, Activision was a third-party company. All of their games were going to be multi-platform. What did it matter then? Why would it matter tomorrow? Just because Sony goes out and they'll buy a developer and be like, nope, these are exclusive to us, that doesn't mean that Microsoft has to do the same thing. Microsoft has more money. They can buy bigger developers. They can buy a company like Activision and still put all of those games on Game Pass and still allow people on PlayStation to buy those games. It doesn't matter. You're an Xbox fan. If you were an Xbox fan, why would it matter to you? Honestly, why would it matter? Do you really want all of Activision's games completely closed off from the bigger market out there? I mean, does that even make sense? I mean, just because PlayStation is synonymous for buying up a developer like Insomniac and putting Spider-Man exclusive to PlayStation has to do that stuff. They have to. I mean, how else would they survive? They've been doing that since Nintendo days. When they first came out and they started getting exclusive content on the PlayStation, it made it so, hey man, buying a Nintendo probably isn't a good idea, or buying a Sega Dreamcast isn't a good idea. I mean, you're going to get more exclusive, better content on your Xbox. I mean, if you look back to games like Metal Gear, being, exclusive to PlayStation, if you look back and you see, there's a lot of times that PlayStation, like Castlevania, Lament of Innocence, stuff like that. There's so many games that were made console exclusive to PlayStation platforms, and that really cheated out a whole market. I mean, the first Xbox didn't get a whole lot of Japanese support, didn't get a whole lot of, third-party support for the most part, but Xbox has kept chugging along. This is completely fine. I do not personally have a 100% problem with Activision games being multi-platform. Like, I don't care. What matters most to me is knowing that I get the best version, knowing that I get it on Game Pass if I don't want to buy it. Maybe it's to a point where I don't want to have to buy Call of Duties every year anymore. Maybe I'm there. Maybe I'm to like, hey man, I want to play the campaign. I don't want to have to buy it. I just want to play the campaign. I don't normally partake for a long time in the multiplayer experiences when it comes to Call of Duty. I buy them, I play the campaign. Maybe I just want to be able to experience that without having to buy the whole game. To me, that sounds intriguing. To be completely honest with you, I would love the fact that everybody on the Xbox platform for $15 a month can play those Call of Duty games and be like, whatever. I played through the campaign. I'm good. I'm ready to move on to something else. While the PlayStation guys are still going to have to buy it. They're going to have to buy it full price. That sucks, for them. But hey, man, if they want to have a PlayStation, that's the cost of doing business. PlayStation made that apparent. PlayStation 5 is a premium console. PlayStation 5 will have a premium price, and you will pay that premium to enjoy that ecosystem. Or you can come to Game Pass and Xbox, and you can play Xbox first party games like Call of Duty on your Game Pass subscription without having to pay $70 a pop. So does that water down? Does Xbox allowing Activision games to be third party or to remain multi-platform? Does that water down the Xbox experience? Does that water down the deal? I don't think so. Activision's the biggest publisher out there. Now they're going to belong to Microsoft. Microsoft is going to be able to resurrect old IP and bring that exclusive to Xbox. They're going to be able to change the launch times of Call of Duty and make them, they can do everything. They can do everything. A lot of us Call of Duty fans, we're starting to get the annual release fatigue. If they were to change that, and you see, like after beating Vanguard, I noticed just how many of them studios are helping work on each one of these games, and it's like all of them. It's like so many of them, and you're like, wow, man, that just seems like a lot of wasted resource to keep regurgitating these games that we never actually finish playing to their max because we're like, oh gosh, got to get the new one. Oh gosh, got to get the new one. And that sucks. And that sucks because, think about it. How many months are these games with buggy and trying to get fixed, waiting for new features? Why can't we just wait an extra year and get a full complete package with all the maps and all the stuff and everything ready to go right then and there, and then have them, if they want to support them for 2 years? Yeah, they don't need as many studios to do that because they will have more than enough time to build out that content so that they can just start putting it out in regular intervals. And I feel like that would be the best for Call of Duty because you could play each Call of Duty experience for a couple of years and be fine and still be willing to spend money in that ecosystem as new content drops throughout the next 2 years. And they probably don't need as big of a team to continue to pump content out for that as they would normally. Games like World of Warcraft being ported to console, that'd be amazing. I don't think they would go out of their way to port World of Warcraft to the PlayStation, so I would assume if they do port it, that's Xbox exclusive. Overwatch will probably remain multi-platform. That's a shooter game with a big player base. I would say anything that is going to have an online presence for Activision games, you could probably bet your bottom dollar that they're perfectly okay with those being multi-platform. Any kind of single-player content that they would make, that's probably going to remain single-player content. Or exclusive to Xbox. And you got to believe that Xbox is definitely going to make some of that Activision stuff exclusive. They will. Are they going to make they're going to do that. They're going to make that stuff somewhat exclusive, as well as continue to put Call of Duty and stuff on other platforms. I think it's fine. Like, I'm not losing any sleep over it. I don't even feel bad about it. Not even a little bit. Because like I said, 2 months ago, Call of Duty was a multi-platform game. 3 years from now, Call of Duty is going to be a multi-platform game. The only thing that changes is I get those games on Game Pass day one. I was going to pay $70 for those. Now I get to pay. Now I don't even have to pay for them. Now I can just play the campaign without having to buy those games. Because I'm a faithful subscriber to Game Pass, and I will religiously pay my $15 a month to Game Pass, so when those games come out, I will not feel bad about just jumping in there, playing through the campaign, and then moving on. Because that's basically what I do now. I pay my $70, I play the campaign, and then I move on. So that's great. I'm very happy about this. I will be able to stream these games and play them, and that's fine with me, I'm happy about this. I really do think that I really do think that the only people that this is really going to affect are the fanboys. I think the only people this is really going to hurt are the fanboys. The ones that are like, oh gosh, Microsoft needs to do this and that. Microsoft doesn't need to listen to you. If you're a fanboy and you're that hard up and you're having that hard of a time with this, take a deep breath. Sit back, take a deep breath and realize that you get these games on Game Pass. You get the best version available on your Xbox Series X. You get the best on your Xbox Series S. why would you even care? To be completely honest with you. PlayStation fanboys are like, oh, Xbox ain't got no games. Well, guess what? PlayStation fanboys are going to be buying Xbox games now. Oh, man, that sucks. They're going to be buying Xbox published games. Whatever. Microsoft is going to get their money. Let's move forward. Let's be happy about this. And PlayStation fanboys are still going to buy that Call of Duty because they love Call of Duty. So don't worry about it. So if you like this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.